Well, I've worked with a number of cities, Newcastle, Gateshead, Hull, Leeds, Bradford. One of the key lessons is you need to put your arms around a city and get everybody on board with a vision. And one of the most important things is finding the new narrative and the distinctive stories of that city that sets it apart from others. So one of the reasons Hull won the UK City of Culture was that it found its story, and it was different from any of the other bidding cities. It needed it. It had the kind of social and economic situation that required it to move on in some way. But by getting the city behind something with a new narrative, we were able to really deliver. So one of the other things that I think is really important in cities is not to just rely on local authorities to be the decision makers. So my experience shows that you need a structure in a city that the cultural sector is allowed to have a voice, that you bring the expertise and leadership from that cultural sector together into one place and put it at an equal level to the leaders and mayors and the chief executives of the council, but also embrace universities and the business sector within that decision making. As all too often decisions default to a local authority or a council. And the future of a city and the future of culture in a city is a much broader discussion. The community needs to have a say in that, the artists need to have a say in that, and often they will find the vision and they will create the narrative that people can get behind and that business will want to invest in. It's very difficult for local authorities to raise money. And one of the things that we found in Coventry was that by setting up an independent trust, we were able to get 150 businesses on board, trusts and foundations were willing to get on board, and we created a momentum that was unstoppable. And so Coventry would be, I think, a very different UK City of Culture to Hull, very rooted in the city, but bought into by business.